Hey everyone, it's MeraMangle.
And Chasity Valentino.
And welcome to another Mangled morning. Woo! Come on, pink lady. That's a hot pink. Oh, so hot that your
So
straw
hot.
climaxed and flew out.
My straw climaxed and flew out.
Good thing I got a hard hat on since you're throwing stuff around.
Yes, honey, you look like you're ready to work with wood.
Nope. There you go, another sexual pun. Those are all sexual references. I'm trying to give a version of like Shea Coulee's ball look.
Yeah?
When they did the Village People and she was the construction worker.
Yes, ma'am. You look good. You look like you ain't got to go to work.
It needs work. Today we're going to be taking a look at the double saves on RuPaul's Drag Race, the U.S. franchise, because there's a trend that we've been seeing lately, and we'll see for how long and how often. If there's a double save, chances are the queens both make it to the finale, and a lot of times one of the girls ends up winning the whole thing.
Yeah.
And there was a double save on season 17. So we're going to see if that holds true, reigns true right before the finale this coming week.
We
Let's
about
see
to go around and
what the odds are
out.
for these two girls, one of these two girls to win the whole thing. We're going to look at all the double saves. We can talk about if we agree, if we disagree of it being a double save, who we really think won the lip sync, all that.
Oh, I live. It's going to be good.
But before we get started with that, make sure you go ahead and hit that subscribe button, like the video, and join the Patreon where you can see all kinds of additional content you can't see on YouTube, plus you're helping support the channel. Now you can also support the channel by tipping on Venmo or CashApp like Carson M, who said, "You and your content mean so much to me. I'm so glad you're back." Oh, that's so sweet. And the next one also mentioned content. Jesse S said, "Tipping for that Nightwing segment. Booty content." We talked about Nightwing from, do you know Nightwing? Used to be Robin, Batman's Robin.
Yeah.
He grew up and grew a butt.
Oh.
It's like the most famous butt in comics.
Come on.
You'd
boo.
like him.
We love assets.
We sure do, yeah. We used to have a segment called more butt content, but we used to have a segment called Booty Watch.
Ooh.
So maybe that's something we could start doing as a group of, if there's a notable booty that you think needs attention for Mangle Morning, bring it to the group's attention.
Bring it to the runway.
Let someone know so we can discuss. It's news. That's what we're here to do.
And we love news that we can use.
And some of us like to be used.
Yeah, tear it up like newspaper because it ain't built right no way.
What the hell? Tear it up like newspaper. Now you can also tip using the YouTube thanks, which we'll go over one of those at the end of the video. Now, first, before we get into the double saves, I wanted to talk about some that both queens stay, but we're not going to be talking about because they're a twist stomp moment. So like the golden chocolate bar with Bosco.
Yeah.
On this current season, the dunk tanks. The queen lost the lip sync and was going to go home if they didn't have the prop. You know,
Yeah.
So those are not included because they're not really double saves in the traditional sense.
Yeah.
But they both won the lip sync.
Ru didn't necessarily save both of them. They just both got to keep chugging along.
They had a prize at the Cracker Jack box.
That's right.
All right, so now that we know the rules, let's get into it. We're going to start off with our very first double save in Drag Race history, which is always one that I forget about, and a surprising choice. On season 3, that was the first one ever, Yara Sofia versus Carmen Carrera. It was to a Spanish version of Hey Mickey.
You know what? I do be forgetting about this one.
I do remember Carmen going up on the judges panel and kissing Johnny Weir, the guest judge.
Yes.
Yara was not happy about that.
I think...
How convenient that two girls that spoke Spanish
got the Spanish
got the song. That was a setup.
But honestly, I don't think at that time we were done with either of them.
You know, we is a strong word because for me personally, we had seen what Carmen could do.
I don't know.
But I think you're right because not only did she, lip sync quite a few times, go home, but then they brought her back again.
Yeah.
And then she had to go home again.
Well, and I don't know if you saw this, but she recently...
What'd she do?
Did a video with T.S. Madison.
Oh. Didn't they get into it?
Oh, years ago, yes. But, you know...
So they made up?
They've made up.
Nice.
They did a video together, and Carmen verbally said, "Ru, bring me back for an all-star season."
Wow.
And said... Madison, you should talk to Ru about bringing me back for an all-star season.
Damn, that's why she was there, huh? She's like, I'll make up with her because I need to get
I need to get back on
all
all-stars.
get in.
I need to get up in this gig, honey.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
It's crazy how she went from being so done with drag. I mean, we see this all the time.
She recently started performing again.
Right. That was like a year ago. So
Yeah.
it's been a minute.
And now
she was hosting a drag show. And it was called like Drag Latina. She was one of the judges.
Yeah, one of my good girlfriends was on there.
It was around the time she started doing that she started performing again. So it must have re-sparked something in her.
Yeah, so she said she's ready to do an All-Stars. And she was on my wish list. And maybe
maybe it wasn't as crazy as everyone said, huh?
Yeah, maybe it wasn't so far-fetched. Did Carmen necessarily play fair in this?
No, I mean, I felt like we already knew based on the Mimi thing that happened earlier that season, lots of reasons why you don't do that. And it's very rare that it works out where they get saved.
But she got saved.
So they liked it. The thing is, though, like, even though I'm saying, like, I, was done with her, what I remember about this lip sync was Yara not really, like, connecting and, like, feel it, like, being a little off. Like, she was doing a lot of looking at Carmen.
It was kind of a strange first double save.
It really is. It's just so random. The next one is not so random because it's a very iconic moment. Even though I said stunts won't count, if someone else is called forward to be removed from the competition and the two people that were supposed to be up for elimination both get to stay because of that, then it counts. Yeah.
And this is when
Willow was sent home.
Sharon versus Fifi. Honestly, they both turned this out.
Well, they had very different energy.
Yeah.
Fifi was on 115 the whole time.
Now, Fifi had lost. She had de-dragged the entire number.
And, one thing I forgot was, like, I thought that she lost her wig first and then
Mama came about the
shoes off. The fact that she took the shoes off pretty much right away.
She had kicked them shoes and Mama had lost her wig.
Well, yeah, we can all windmill if we're all barefoot. But I think that Sharon did a good job at the face.
She did. She sold it here.
Yeah.
Fifi was dancing. And I wasn't done with the rivalry.
I mean, this is the story, too.
Yeah,
Not only...
it was the story.
Everything was perfect for what was going on.
Yeah.
Like, at this point, they were dressed as devil and angel. They had to work together for the first time. It landed them in bottom 2. One of them was, I think we're at, like, the top 6. So you're thinking, like, well, they're both going to go all the way. Because, like, that story needs that. But, man, yeah, Fifi got so messy.
Honey, I mean, just de-dragged.
And I'm just...
and now they're both
They're both out of the Drag Race zeitgeist.
Yes. Made good TV when it was...
And Sharon won. So, I mean, both finale and one of them won. So, our first winner. Next, season 5, a very iconic double save.
This was like
This is the first...
big hair reveal.
Oh, yeah, that. But also, I think the first, like, double save where everything is, like, electric. I think if you were to pick a winner, obviously Roxy won the lip sync.
Absolutely. I was just about to say, if you had to pick a winner, Roxy won. The minute she snatched that wig off and had that wig underneath, Mama had turned it on Alyssa.
And also, she, like, destroyed Alyssa in the actual hair whipping and the lip sync itself. But Alyssa pulled out all her tricks and did do that as well.
I mean, Alyssa is a fierce entertainer. Mm-hmm. And Roxy's not a dancer, but Mama can turn it, and she's smart. And it was a very, very good lip sync.
Yeah, it was great. And considering it's such a, like, Whip My Hair is such a, God, what is it? It's like of the time. It's like not something that's gonna,
that was hot at the moment.
But it's not going to, like, it didn't, like, last,
No, oh, no. Like, I Whip My Hair one time for a, like, it was called a guilty pleasure show. So, like, songs you hate to admit you love. And I Whip My Hair back and forth was one of them. Because, like, it's not...
It's kind of like, not... It's just, like, of the time.
Yeah.
These girls gave the song more life than it deserved.
For sure.
Very iconic. Roxy does make it to the top 3, and Alyssa just top, 6. Coco took her out.
And then Coco got sent out.
Next, we're already back to another one where... Right. We're already back to one where it's not a great double save.
Yeah.
Season 6, Darian and Dayla. The point of no return, I believe. Yeah. Darian eats this up. Darian...
Yeah, she really did. She sold it.
Yeah. And, like, she's a great example of a queen that doesn't do stunts. But that's her song, and you can't tell me she didn't turn it out.
Here's the thing. It's like a true entertainer, a real entertainer does not have to dance, kick, split. Drag queens don't have to do that in order for you to like them and support them.
Right.
Okay? Real entertainers can stand in one spot and entertain you with this and these.
Tell me a story.
And make me believe it. I
Right.
want you to sing it like you wrote it, whore.
And the way she would hit every beat of the...
She had sung it like she wrote it. I really didn't understand the need for the double save here.
This was definitely one where it was probably the first fake out where Rue told Darian she won. And then instead of saying, Dayla, you also stay, she's stay. Yeah, Shantay, you also stay. She says something like, I haven't... shoot, what did she say? She says, I haven't seen enough.
Yeah.
Something like that. Like, basically saying...
She told her, I need to see...
I need to see more. Yeah, I need to see more. It's like her saying, yeah, you lost that lip sync. But
I'm not done with you.
You've won. She did her snatch game. She's won 2 challenges. She was so consistent up until this point.
Like, honestly, okay, comparatively, I feel like that should have happened to Susie too.
Mm.
Like, she'd done so well leading up to that lip sync. Like,
well, that's the thing with so many of these, but in ones like this, like there's so many cases where you're like, why this one?
yeah,
At the time, I did understand because Dayla was such a contender, and they also had a feud.
yes,
thing
they made good TV.
where Darian was kind of Dayla's
She was.
villain. So yeah, it made good story, and Darian did send her home the second time.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it did make sense. But also, like, think about the next season, season 7. I don't think there's any double saves, but Katya and Kennedy. Oh my God, that's one of the best lip syncs ever. But Katya had to go home that day.
Baby.
Like, that's a double save, but it wasn't. And Katya also had 2 wins. You know, like,
Yeah, there's definitely
many parallels.
I guess they like to keep us on our toes. Are you seeing any patterns yet?
Well, no, because Dayla didn't make it to the finale. Neither did Darian. I was gonna say, oh, she was top 4, so she did. No, she didn't. She got cut.
She got the boot.
So we only had 1 winner.
Mm-hmm.
So that's not looking good for who are our girls in 17, Onya and Jules.
Yeah.
But we'll see. Up next, season 9, another technicality. Eureka. We've been in touch with the doctors. So this was Cynthia Levantain versus Pheromone.
Cool.
It was Meghan Trainor in front of Meghan Trainor.
It wasn't good either.
And it wasn't even a good Meghan Trainor song.
Yeah.
Like, not one I would think, like, do a better one.
Yeah. But the lip sync wasn't good either.
No, Farrah gave nothing. I forgot.
Zero zilch.
I forgot how little she gave. Like, she has a little fringe on the front of her costume, and thank God, because she manages to do enough standing there
to get the fringe
to get
going.
it moving. This is a live action shot during this lip sync. There's words happening, and you can see because Cynthia's doing them. And
Yeah.
She had just jumped into a split. Farrah's dancing, but it looks like she's literally just standing there.
I remember I was like, this bra and panty is really pissing me off.
Like, the thing is, like, Cynthia at least gave it her all.
Uh-huh.
She's not great at picking out clothing.
No.
Especially bottoms. You remember the shorts on the season before that? Little orange shorts. Now she's in little red underwear. Why do you have this bright orange panty on? It is orange. Wow.
Bless her heart.
When everything else is black. Like, you know the bitch has a black panty.
It looks like she might have on a black
Underneath?
panty underneath. Like, girl.
You think she was like, I'm going to give it to them with this. Like,
Oh,
I'm going to give them a pop of color.
Turn it in this panty set.
But yeah, I think Cynthia did give it her all. And, like, if there was going to be a winner, it was her to me.
Yeah.
I mean,
They
like,
both got lucky that day.
Right, for real. But, like, oh, God. Some of this, the way Farrah... Kind of how I was saying in the episode earlier this week, where Ariadne would go in and out of the song and, like, not she'd, like, disconnect.
Yeah, just...
Farrah's disconnected pretty much the whole time. She was told on All Stars, that nervous shit, cut it off. It's boring.
Okay.
This was not. This is only our, like, only second one that's like, okay, this is a deserved double save in my opinion. Season 10, Cameron vs. Eureka. Oh, the 2 old ladies.
So them old women's had lip synced to New Attitude.
Patti LaBelle.
Which is a powerhouse song. Like, New Attitude is...
It's big.
Drag.
It's big vocals and big 80s.
Yes.
Energy. And the girls gave it to us.
They had a new attitude.
This is my favorite Cameron performance ever. Like,
oh, for sure.
Cameron took this old lady character and ran with it.
Mm-hmm.
And, God, the energy was so good. And Eureka gave me more of, like, what I would expect to get, like, a good version of this song. Like, less comedic. You know? But
she just performed.
And she was like, you could see in her face, she's telling you she has a new attitude. You know, she's giving you that like boss energy.
I got a new attitude.
But they both really turned it out.
Yeah, it was sick.
They were both great.
This was a well-deserved double save.
And a double old lady split at the same time.
Okay.
Yeah, it was good stuff. I remember Aqauria was really mad that they got the double save. She's like, there won't be another one now. But there was, and it was with Aqauria, but it wasn't until the finale. Eureka is notorious for like having a ridiculous amount of double wins.
They can't say no to the Elephant Queen.
But this was Janet Jackson's If.
Because if I was your girl, all the things I do.
But you remember this was that finale after season 9, because of the season 9 finale epicness with the reveals.
Yeah.
The clever reveals, mind you. These girls all came out dressed as your leftovers, and as if the bird sanctuary exploded. They're like the most
obnoxious cover-ups,
and they're like the most like obvious, annoying version of a cover-up look for a reveal, because we know, because what you're wearing. Look at Aqauria. That's not a garment.
It's definitely not.
And in fact, the second the song starts,
what she got under that tearaway?
She takes it off.
Another tearaway.
A look that's irrelevant to this.
Yeah.
Like she reveals right to her this nude cone look, but like, why? Why'd you have that box on? It served no purpose. So here's the thing with this lip sync, because I'm tough on Janet ones.
We know.
Aqauria, what I appreciated was that she took the time to learn the choreography from the video, and she attempts to do it.
She attempted.
Well, Janet's. Especially if the choreography is precise and clean, but sexy. And Aqauria has a tendency to go a bit manic with the lip syncing, with her performance. And this was, this right here, the middle picture is her doing the if breakdown.
Yep.
And you can see that she wasn't doing it.
She had not hit her places.
And it's like she's going so fast that she's, being sloppy essentially with the choreography. So like, I appreciate her learning it. But if you're going to take all that time to do it, like, I don't
break
know.
it down. Get out there with it more.
Right, like, she clearly knows it really well, because she was doing all the moves. Like the whole video.
Yeah.
Like, girl, not even just the breakdown. Yet, she just like was doing them all wrong. Like, why take all that time to do it and not do it right?
Yeah. Well, maybe that was the best of her ability.
She was 21 at the time.
Yeah.
But Eureka does none of the if choreography.
Eureka does Eureka's choreography.
Eureka, she does her reveals at appropriate times versus Aqauria, like taking everything off right away. So like, even though you could see it's going to be a reveal moment, at least she timed everything appropriately.
Yes.
And Eureka with the face embodied the energy and the lyrics of the song. It's talking about like, if I was your girl, this is what I'm going to do to you. Talk about dominating a man. Sexually. And Eureka was giving that energy.
If I was your girl.
Meanwhile, she's like giving this sexy, like, boss energy. And like, at times where she's like, this is during the breakdown, all Eureka has to do is walk and stomp and serve the face, because she's got this little fairy like floating around her so fast that you can't even tell what's happening. Like, she's flying across the stage back and forth.
She's orbiting around Eureka.
It's wild.
I think Eureka could have been the winner of this one, but then Aqauria would have never won the season. So
exactly. I think that Eureka won the lip sync, but they did not want to risk the possibility of not being able to crown
Aqauria, because in reality, to me, and this is controversial, but I think Eureka actually won this season, and Eureka should have been the first plus-size winner. That final lip sync was Bang Bang, the three-way. I think she won that, hands down. Yeah, Eureka was the winner. She won both of her lip syncs, but they didn't let her. They didn't. It's like they let her through here because she obviously did better. Yeah. This one. Up next, season 11. Top tier, Yvie versus Brooke, and top 2 of the season. They turned this motherfucking party out. Mm-hmm. This was one of my favorite reveals that Brooke did. Mm. Like, this is one of my favorite all time reveals. When she did that reveal on the runway. On the runway, yes. Yeah. Whenever she spun up out of there, that like I lived. But then when she got out here and she performed, and then I was like, oh, Brooklyn's about to eat Yvie up. And Yvie came out, and I was like, whoa, wait a minute.
Right.
Oh,
Wait
Mama
a minute.
gets down with the get
That's
down
literally
too.
the lyrics. Wait a minute.
Okay.
Based on what we saw of Brooklyn already, even though she hadn't lip synced, but even her performance of this runway look, we know she's a dancer, and she moves like a dancer.
Yeah, and
and she was a formidable, like, she had won the most challenges.
I had known Brooklyn prior to her going on this season,
Right.
and I knew she was a trained dancer. So, like, much like Sasha Colby, I knew if she got a lip sync, she was going to eat it.
She was runner-up at Continental that year, right?
No, she had just gave up Miss Continental.
At America.
She was runner-up to Miss Gay America.
Yeah.
First runner-up. They ate this up. Like, it was the tea to me. And a solid, well-deserved double save.
When the song starts, neither one looks like they have reveals left or at this point, you know. They're not wearing a lot. But Yvie does a cartwheel, and her wig just comes off. And then she has a Rick James wig under there.
Okay.
It's really fierce. Like, underrated, you know, like... And she did it so casually. Like, they both can do crazy-ass moves.
Like, she's more... They're both very fluidic, and they've got a good ebb and flow. But it's so different from each other.
Right. Brooklyn's is, especially in this song, sexier.
Yeah.
As to where Yvie's is just more, like, personality.
Personality and quirk, but in the best way possible.
Another very controversial one.
Your
Speaking
girl.
of quirky... Season 12, Heidi and Closet versus Jackie Cox to Kill the Lights. Out of all the lip syncs this season, I was surprised that this was the double save.
Me too.
Jackie gave it a character, and the judges enjoyed this character that just made that crazy face the whole time.
This one, I just remember being like, girl, I don't know why Jackie was like, I wasn't buying it for either one of them, to be quite honest.
I think Heidi won. The problem is they don't show her a ton, and when they do, it's when she's like she had these epic sleeves, and so she was making them work and making them move, and she was dressed for the disco. Actually, they both were. So I enjoyed and preferred what Heidi was doing. It matched better.
Mm-hmm.
What Jackie was doing, the song is saying "kill the lights," and so she's interpreting the "kill the lights" as I'm some sort of killer or like creepy,
yes,
you know, she was interpreting the lyrics almost too literally.
Yeah,
and it was too one note to me. For 3.5 minutes, you're gonna go. That's a long time. Next, season 13, Simone versus Candy Muse. Top two of the season.
Top two of the season.
So we're kind of going back and forth between like two queens that don't even make the finale, and two that are the top two.
I just don't think it was time for either one of them to go home at this point.
It was very weird. I remember it being like, this doesn't... Before the song even starts, you're like, but they're both the reason why I'm watching the show.
Yeah, like, it was just like, you can't send one of them home right now.
The song was it also a Fifth Harmony song? Like a song called Boss?
Yeah. Boss. Michelle Obama. It wasn't really like a standout lip sync. It just wasn't time for either of them.
And they both did good.
To go home. Yeah.
Simone always serves the face, though. Like, you can't beat her in the face.
I lived for Simone.
Yeah. I live for Candy. She brings the drama to you every ball.
Candy, she's going to bring it to you.
Next, neither one of these girls make it to the finale. It's Georges versus Jasmine Kennedy on season 14.
Well, we know RuPaul loves Georges.
They were the two assassins from that season. And it was actually great that we got this moment with them together. And the song was not something you'd guess for what they do. Oh, now I can't remember what song. But it was like an upbeat song, but it's old school. You know, a lot of times the new girls...
They don't really deliver with those.
They're used to like the Dua Lipa, and they can give that, they can serve that house down.
When Ru pulls out those records and starts going through, like, what did I listen to in the 70s?
Right. The fact that they both were able to do this was surprising.
Yeah.
You know? I mean, there's a lot of like great lip sync assassins that can't do, you know, a song with... I just want to say a song with personality.
Well, okay.
Because to be real, like, I mean, I don't know.
Mera decided to blossom verbally today.
There's a lot of pop music where, you know, if it's a dance song, your face doesn't necessarily have to be doing anything.
That's true.
You can just dance and kick
You
and
can
buck
just dance and buck and
do all the moves.
Like I said, true entertainers.
But this was like just a good classy lip sync where they both just gave the energy of the song.
Yeah.
But Georges throughout the lip sync is doing this thing where she's kind of like rolling into a moment, you know, and then at the end they both do it together a few times and it's really cute.
Why does hold on, zoom in? Because why does Kennedy look like Powerline from the Goofy movie?
She sure does.
She looked like she wanted to stand out, honey.
Well, and George's looks like Prince.
Okay.
With a cutout.
Very that.
Up next, second one on season 14. You know, there's a lot of episodes where no one goes. And it's actually surprising that there's just 2. But it's the last lip sync before the finale. Willow Pill versus Angeria. This was to Beyonce and Lady Gaga's Telephone. Oh, God.
By the way, can't wait for part 2.
I feel like every couple of years they bring it.
Lady Gaga just talked about it.
I know, but one of them does an interview every couple of years where they're like, it's coming. They haven't recorded anything.
It's coming.
That was to promote the current album. Thinking you'll download that one to see if the Beyonce one's on there. I hope one day it does. It's been like 20 years. The runway category, I think, was something like gowns. Mm-hmm. And so the category plus the song, I hate when they do that where they don't make any sense. Because everyone was in dresses, like long dresses. And also, you know, that last one before the end typically is like some sort of eleganza.
Yeah. Because, what made y'all put this song with this runway category?
The fandom saw both of them in the finale.
Oh, for sure.
Because they were both so consistent.
Angeria had to be in the finale. And so did Willow.
I think the power of that is what carried them to the finale.
Yeah.
And to both win. Because this lip sync was not... It was... For Beyonce... For Telephone, this was disappointing.
Well, I just remember thinking that, like, this dress is swallowing Angeria.
They both are kind of swallowed
Yeah,
up.
they're kind of swallowed. Like, you can't really... Have you ever been swallowed?
I'm surprised that, especially Angeria, didn't have, like, a bodysuit under the dress to have on.
Because the way you blowing up my phone won't make me leave no faster.
Because neither one of them dances. They both know all the words and do the words.
Okay, I just had an epiphany.
Huh.
Tell me this wouldn't be sickening.
This look would actually be cute for Telephone.
Okay. Yeah, you working on the telephone line?
Right.
Yeah. No. So, Lady Gaga and Beyonce, part 2, Telephone, featuring the Backstreet Boys, The Call.
So we're just going to do that? We're going to make one of those mixes? We're going to make one of those phone mixes?
Yes. I gotta go.
I do like that song.
That's probably one of my favorite Backstreet Boys songs.
Right. We could have had Lil Jasmine and Georges do this. That would have been iconic.
Like, this
wasn't it.
This wasn't it.
It's weak. I was happy it was a double save because of the circumstances.
It's mid.
It's less than mid. Also, this is crazy too. Season 15, it's the same exact episode, the last one before the finale. Mm-hmm. Anitra versus Mistress, and this was Kelly Rowland, When Love Takes Over. Another dance, but also like big vocals.
You can dance. You can take this a lot of different ways. You can power ballad it, or you can dance. I've seen it done many different ways.
This is one where you can serve the face, but you got to at least spin. Give me something that sparkles and you can spin.
Yeah, because you got to spin on that takes over.
Oh, right. I mean, there's also a lot of instrumental where she's not singing. It's just
not saying a word.
So you got to do something during that. I mean, unless you got an audience full to collect the dollars the whole time.
But again, just like the last one, not saying that I think this was better than the last lip sync that we just reviewed.
Yeah, I think because the song does warrant less energy. Like you could like you just said, you could do this song and not do full on dance, dropping it.
You could buck or you could just sell the song. Also, both of these girls deserve to stay.
They both needed to be in the finale for sure. It was weird that they were even... It's one of those where I think it was just the top 4.
At this point, we knew there was going to be a top 4. Why are we doing this?
Right. Like, they both need to be in the finale. They both were so consistent. You know what these last 2 give me? Because it's that last challenge. Especially Willow and Angeria. The girls are exhausted.
They're tired.
This is the 15th challenge.
Honey.
Oh. These are long seasons.
They're ready to go home.
And they look tired.
Okay.
But this is fine.
Yeah.
It's just also not a great lip sync considering who the 2 people are. And that brings us to season 17. Jules versus Onya. Nurve. Jules Sparkles versus Onya Nurve.
We already know how I feel about this. Onya done had that skirt on backwards. It didn't go together.
And she kept staring at Jules.
Jules clearly won this lip sync.
Marie's one thing. Yeah, we did long rants about that.
It's just one thing that got me slipped.
Did you see the list of like Marie songs?
Yes. Initially, I don't know how I missed it, but when I rewatched it, the wig slip that Jules has. So like she goes down and her whole wig just goes forward and then comes back.
Damn. This one?
Yeah. All you see
After
is,
she takes the first wig off?
yeah, all you see is wig cap, and then it just flips back over. But she keeps going. She keeps turning it. But I was like, oh.
And it just went back in spot?
Mm-hmm.
Well, nice.
Mama's wig almost came all the way off.
That sounds about like magic.
But yeah, I'm gonna die on that mountain that Jules won this lip sync. However,
I agree.
Onya needed to be in the finale. And so did Jules.
Yeah, and it was kind of what we've been asking for as the fandom of this type of challenge. It was the makeover where their family members were there, and it was such a great episode where no one deserved to go home that day.
No, it was such a beautiful story.
So it even made sense for that. So season 4, Sharon won.
Yes.
But then after that, we jumped to like season, what was it? What are the seasons? So we got 14, 13, 11, 10. So like in the double-digit seasons, it's highly likely that they will be a winner.
In the beginning, not so much.
In the beginning. Oh, I thought you were about to sing Prince.
Ladies and
Dearly
gentlemen,
beloved.
we have gathered here today.
I thought you were going to start doing Let's Go Crazy. I keep saying I want whoever deserves to win based on what we get to see in that finale. Let's have them win.
That top 4 is so tight right now to me that like...
Well, here's the thing.
I don't care who wins. I'm going to be happy for whoever wins.
When it's a tournament, I feel like it ends up being the right, like... Aqauria might be an exception where like she might have got pushed forward a little, but it wasn't that egregious. When they do these original songs for them, they write a song for them about their story or their character arc, something about them. Sometimes they feel like a little bit of a setup to either to do well or to lose. For instance, last year, Plain Jane, her song was Bodysuit. You knew she wasn't gonna make it through. That was the Pearl Sleepwalker song designated to be out.
I hope that these original songs, I'm looking for something along the lines of verses as good as Kitty Girl. Anytime I think of like original verses for the girls, those are good ones.
You know what? That's a great segue to our YouTube thanks.
Mm-hmm.
Because the YouTube thanks today is by Tim, and Tim said, thanks. Oh, got a burp. Sorry, Tim, you make me gassy. 5-year viewer, second-time tipper. I guess it's better than no-time tipper.
It's better than no time, and we appreciate it.
But Tim said, I think your channel is brilliant. I'm so glad you're back every week. I have a video idea, the ultimate execution of a task. For me, Fracture Stories had the best execution of a task. I would love to know your favorite girl groups, favorite Snatch game, your favorite design look, all in one video. So, like, we call the video ultimate execution of a task, and we go through each challenge type.
Yeah, the
say
ultimate
like what's
execution.
the best version of it. That could be fun.
We could do that over the break.
Yeah, that'd be a good way to build up to All Stars. That's a good one.
Thanks, Tim.
And that just the title, especially when you put it in all caps, it sounds exciting.
The ultimate execution.
And the word execution of a task is just so like matter of fact. It's not. It sounds like factual.
Yeah.
So like that'll get people. The thing with YouTube is it's about the comments and getting YouTube comments. If we say something is that and it's controversial, the people will tell us all about it in the comments.
Let us have it, honey. Teleport us back to Mars.
Let us know what you think about all the double saves and if you think Onya or Jules will take the crown. I have one last thing to say today. Glad you got to see us. Bye.